Hey there, VFW.
What's going on, VFW? Yeah, turn my shit up. Make me loud. Turn me down now?
How's that?
Turn me down now.
There you go. Good
Right.
doctor. Thank you.
We're good at this.
That was my nickname in college. Turn me down.
All right. Thank you guys so much for coming out to the VFW Winter Showcase. Give it up for yourselves for coming out, you know. Braving that virus, the Rona, coming out, you know. Glad you guys are here.
If you guys aren't familiar with how this works, every month, what Zach and I do is we take from the pool of VFW Funniest Set Winners of the Week. Every Wednesday night, Zach and I run an open mic here at this exact location. And each week, we evaluate everybody's set and kind of go all audience, reaction, and we pick a funniest set. And those people go into a pool, and each month we bring 4 of them on here and do a monthly showcase.
Yeah, and we have yeah. So everyone you've seen here tonight is a winner of our open mic, and we're excited to. It's a stacked lineup. We're excited to have you. We also have an out-of-town guest tonight. Yes. My buddy Layton Flatt over here came all the way from Missouri. Yeah, Missouri. I didn't know if you wanted me to say that out loud, because Missouri. Misery, exactly. Yeah, take care of Nikki behind the bar. She does a great job. And, is there any other announcements we got, Sean?
Don't heckle the comics.
Yeah, don't heckle the comics.
This is a taped set, so...
Oh yeah, comics, your set will be taped. We'll be putting it on, YouTube and everything. And afterwards, if you'll hang out, Sean and I are going to interview you guys and talk about, we do a very sports style where we're how did you feel about tonight's game? It's going to be a lot of fun.
Goes on the new podcast,
yeah,
live from the Centennial Lounge.
Yeah, live from the Centennial Lounge. It's a podcast on the Soundstooth Network, so go download the Soundstooth app. You can listen to that.
You can listen to it on Spotify. You can listen to it on Stitcher, I believe.
Yeah.
Wherever you listen to podcasts, check out Live from the Centennial Lounge.
And with that, are you guys ready to get this?
One more bit of advice now that the comics are actually in here. Guys, if you're going up tonight, your set is being filmed. As a word of advice, where the camera is, the pillar to the PA monitor, and don't go that far front and back. And then you're going to have a nice tape.
We haven't...
I didn't have tape to put on the floor, Terrell. Don't give me this. What do you think? Gesticulate at me, sir.
And with that, are you guys ready to get this show started? Yeah! Well, we're going to kick it off tonight with my co-host. Please welcome Shawn Singleton!
Oh, you're too nice. I know, I already broke my own rule. Already broke the rule. It's nice to be here. It's really nice. I've been super frustrated because of everything that's been canceled. I was going to go to a hockey game tomorrow with some friends. Sports got canceled, as you guys know. It's nice that we can just say with a blanket statement, sports got canceled. You don't actually have to be definitive. Well, unless it's NASCAR. They're going to do that with no spectators, which is weird. I thought NASCAR already had no spectators. I had a weird thought the other day, and I'm bothered by kosher pickles. I'm bothered by kosher dill pickles because to me, I think it's a lie. I don't think it's truly kosher because when you eat a kosher dill, you've always got to cut off that woody stem. And if they're truly kosher, the pickles should come circumcised. And I think that's just part of Peshav or whatever that rule is. I'm not Jewish. I get confused a lot. It's good though, my credit rating goes up when that happens. I can get that nice loan for a new car. They think my last name is Blackfield. I promised my dad I'd do this one because I've only tried it once, but I knew it would be right up his alley of humor. Let's see. Has anyone else ever considered the fact that maybe, you know when you see all these crazy, super religious family members that just go batshit, they go off the deep end and they end up drowning their kids? It happens, as people are wont to do. But where do you think that comes from? I think it's baptisms, because I think if we're all being honest here, a baptism is just like practicing how to drown a child. I think every person of interest when a kid goes missing should be the pastor. Because you know, like all the Baptist priests, when they're sitting around drinking, because fuck you, they drink. When they're sitting around drinking, they're like, you know, it's like a fish story for them, you know, like, oh man, you should have seen it. I had this one little fucker under there for 14 seconds. Thought he was going to come out blue. It would have been the last day for Pastor Dave. It's okay, I'm ready. My souls are checked. It's such a stupid bit. It's such a stupid fucking bit. I was at an art gallery this past week for First Friday, and I saw a really striking piece. You know, I don't know if you guys are into art. Yeah, for sure. It was a hand turkey. It was one of the nicest hand turkeys I've ever seen. It was a hand turkey though, and it was kind of abstract. It was a hand turkey, and it had a plus symbol, and it had a green onion on it. And I'm like, you know, art is supposed to make you have this profound feeling, this abstraction of concept where you're like, well, what does it mean? You know, what does it mean to me? And then I looked down at the name tag and I about ripped it off the wall and burned it because the title of that piece was Chive Turkey. I don't care that the kid's 5 years old and it was a cancer benefit. Fuck him. Okay. Not clever. Michael Patton, I love that you laughed super hard at the fuck that kid with cancer. Dunk it on St. Jude's. Guys, I will leave you with one quick story. Well, actually, wait, Layton, where are you from in Missouri?
Yes.
Okay. I used to live in Nevada for a little bit, so.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
why do all
That's the way there.
Yep, it is. It is a place. Well, if you're driving around that area, you know, northwest Arkansas, southeast Missouri, northeast Oklahoma, if you're ever in the Fort Smith area, and maybe you're a fan of Vietnamese food like I am. Anybody?
Yeah.
It's okay, you know, the reaction to Vietnamese stuff at a VFW can be tepid. I like pho a lot. I really enjoy Vietnamese soup. And there's a restaurant there that just illustrates, sometimes, you know, I feel like maybe we have too many options as a people. We have too many freedoms. Because somebody approved this business to get a sign made, to be tax documents filed, to be registered with the Better Business Bureau, I'm sure. The name of this restaurant, this establishment that served pho, as it's pronounced, they apparently thought they were the king of pho because the name of the restaurant was Pho King. I don't work in advertising. I work in software. But I think I could easily do this job. I mean, those lines write themselves, right? I mean, like, come on down to Pho King for this weekend's Pho King Great Weekend Deals. Have you ever had pho? I bet you haven't had Pho King pho. Come on down to Pho King. Let us show you the Pho King difference. Here at Pho King, we only use natural and organic ingredients. And we believe that's what sets Pho King apart from the rest. I just know, I know the interactions that have to be there. You know, like the poor assistant manager who like has to pull over that kid who forgets to say the phrase every time. Like, Jeremy, come here. Jeremy, this is the 7th time I've had to deal with this week. Okay, I've told you, when a customer leaves, the standard here at Pho King is you tell them to have a fucking great day. You not doing that, Jeremy, it puts the Pho King name under stress. You're not making the Pho King difference for these people in their, you know, when they come here to order with us, to have this experience. Jeremy, you're fired. I'm gonna need your Pho King apron. I'm gonna need your Pho King name badge. I'm gonna need your Pho King key card. Here's your pink slip. Get the fuck out. Guys, my name's Shawn Singleton. We got some great comics coming up.
Keep it going, Shawn. All right, buddy.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure that I bring this comic up to the stage tonight. Please give a warm round of applause for Mr. Terrell Norton!
I don't get that kind of enthusiasm from anyone, so pretty sure you're all fucking lying. That's great.
It's the shirt.
It's the shirt. Thank you. Thank you. How you guys doing?
Yeah.
Great. I did have a thought, though. We could change the motto of that place. Come on down to fucking or you're screwed. No such thing as a bad idea. So we're going to go ahead and get it out of the way. Let's talk about it. Corona, scaring the shit out of everybody. I was actually sick earlier this week. I was sick as hell. I was bedridden the whole nine. It was just a flu, it wasn't corona, but it scared the hell out of me. I'll tell you this much: when you're sick and they're talking about coronavirus, it kills any optimism you ever had about your life. Like, it's just dead. Like, you'll just be sitting there, like, skipping home, you know, like, pointing at daisies and shit. It's just kind of like, man, life's not perfect, but it'll get there. We all die alone. Like, I'm just sitting there the whole time, just kind of like, well, this is probably it. I'm, like, texting my brother, being like, you'll take care of my dog, right? Like... But the greatest thing about being sick, and when your friends find out about it, all you have to do to fuck with them is just put your finger directly in their drink. Your move, shithole. But I love it, though, because with this coronavirus and everything, everyone's putting on gloves, wearing masks and shit like that, and I'm like, hey, you might be sterile, but I'm fucking Terrell, so... I fucking win. As you can tell by my aesthetic and the fact that I do comedy here, I live in an apartment, and the only wall that I share with my neighbor is my bathroom wall, right? And my hair is a little bit longer, so I bought a hair dryer, and I use it pretty much daily. Well, so we're waiting on the elevators one day, and my neighbor just kind of looks at me and goes, hey man, I was just wondering, like, I keep hearing this noise from your apartment. It's like air. But it's like it feels like there's more than that. I go, oh, it's probably my hair dryer, man. And he goes, oh, I had no idea you were gay. And he wasn't like roasting me or anything. He was just like, oh, okay, my neighbor's gay. Anyway, And I was like, what the fuck? And then I went to Reese's, and when I go grocery shopping, I don't like people per se. And so I just put my headphones in, you know what I mean? So I got all my shit, I was leaving, and I see this, you know, essentially, imagine if someone were to go, just say, middle-aged white guy. That's what he looked like. You know what I mean? He had the dad shorts, the the crew socks, the New Balances, the whole nine. And he kind of goes, and I don't hear him because I have my headphones in, but he just... And so I keep walking, I put all my shit in the car, and I go and I put my cart in the corral because I'm not a fucking heathen. I put it in the corral. I don't need your help. So I put it in the corral, and then I take an earbud out, and this fucking boomer is yelling at me. He's just like, you didn't fucking see me? I told you I'd take that cart from you. And I go, oh, I'm sorry, man. I had my... And before I can even explain it, he goes, I'm fucking sick and tired of you fucking millennials with your tattoos and your bisexuality. Only one of them's true, motherfuckers. Only one. But then I just kind of sat there for a second, and I was like, you know, I'm getting real tired of middle-aged white guys weighing in on my sexuality. Oh my God, I get women now. Straight guys don't laugh at that ever. I'm also an uncle. It's one of my favorite titles. My niece, for Christmas, got a microphone that had like a little amp on the bottom of it. So she uses it to like sing. She's just doing the thing that kids do a lot, you know. And, she shows it to me and I go, okay, honey, go play. You know, because that's basically the parent-uncle way of saying, fuck off, go ahead. So she runs to her room and then she runs basically right back and goes, Uncle, we're playing comedy. I was like, oh my God, she wants to be like her uncle. That's awesome. Pros and cons, but still kind of awesome. She goes, we're playing comedy, but we don't have an audience. I was like, you're playing comedy, all right. You got this. I'm also a dad. That's pretty much my favorite thing to be called. I love my kid. She's 3 years old. Her favorite movie is Frozen. Anyone else's kids love Frozen?
Oh, yeah.
So you know every song in that fucking movie, don't you? You had no choice in the matter either. I know it. Because, man, motherfucker, if you had the choice, you'd be like, pick something. No, that's, yeah, fuck out of here. I know Let It Go down to every word, man. I know every fucking word of that song. So, but my daughter does not call it Frozen because she's fucking 3, right? So she calls it Snow. She calls it Snow. Every time. Daddy, Snow. Seriously? All right. Pop it in. Daddy, Snow. Daddy, Snow. We watched it 3 times in the same day one time. And then she looks at me and goes, Daddy, Snow. And I said, Daddy's all snowed out right now. Which meant a very different thing the last time Daddy had to say that. The old got a kid cocaine joke coming in handy. Jesus fuck. The other day I was shopping at this place called LL Bean, and I was looking for a shirt. And I look over and there's a lesbian couple buying matching flannels, which I thought, that's adorable. But they were buying them out of the men's section, which I was like, that's demoralizing. So I'm going to start my own company, and it's going to be flannels specifically for lesbians. Yeah, I'm going to call it LL Flick the Bean. And if you're a straight guy not laughing at that, you're not doing it right. Little man in the canoe, little man in the canoe. Jesus Christ. Ladies, if you have a platonic male friend and you want to keep him just as a friend, never watch Toy Story with him. Because halfway through that movie, you will have a friend in you. You can't decide if that joke's offensive or adorable. It's great. You're like, I don't care about either as long as it's fucking funny. Let's do this shit. I'll tell you what, how about one last story? I tell it basically all the fucking time. So every comic in here has heard it 1,000 times. But you people look like you haven't seen me before, am I right? Yeah, you're like, hey, do you remember that nice guy who looked like a random screen character on a video game? Yeah, that's me. So, one of my favorite hobbies in the world is to get stoned. One of my second favorite hobbies in the world is to get stoned and run errands. I fucking love it, dude. All these other guys that like want to listen to Sublime or order tapestries or whatever the hell they do. No, fuck that. I'm the guy that's like, let's hit the bank, let's do this. But my very favorite errand to run is I love going grocery shopping. It's my favorite thing in the world. If you have a shopping list and you're stoned when you go do this, it turns it into the shittiest scavenger hunt you've ever been on. Oh, it's my favorite thing in the world. So I'm sitting there just going around. I don't have a list this time, so it's just kind of like, oh, that sounds great. Bam, into the cart. Got my headphones in the whole night, just having a great time. Get all the way to the front, throw whippets. Yeah, this guy. That's an inside joke. That always helps at comedy shows. Thank you for that. So I get up to the front, you know, and the woman doesn't, like, say anything to me. She just kind of does what I call the frown down, you know? She kind of goes, one of those. I'm like, fuck yes, I don't got to talk to people today. Yes. So I still got, like, one earbud in, but, you know, I'm still just kind of sitting there waiting for her to ring me up. And let's keep in mind, I'm stoned and I don't have a grocery list. So everything on this fucking conveyor belt just looks like a 12-year-old was left with unattended with a $50 bill. Like, there's 4 kinds of Sour Patch Kids. I gotta try them. That's the real adult Pokemon right there. Gotta catch them all. So I'm sitting there, I'm just kind of like singing a song to myself, just waiting for her, you know. Sour Patch Kids are delicious. And then, without hesitation, like a psychopath, this woman looks me dead in the eye and goes, "Sir, what's your favorite flower?" Nothing. I got nothing. Like, my brain has locked up. Alt Control Delete. Nothing. Okay? Daisy Tulip Rose. I can do it now. At the time, nada. I have a little man in my brain just running around going, flower! Any fucking flower, I don't care! I had nothing. So what I did say when this nice lady asked me, what's your favorite flower, was all purpose. Fuck. You know the worst part about that? I wish it was just a joke. I really do. I wish I was just sitting in a room going, oh, purpose, that'll be funny. But no, I just told you that last time I went to Walmart. My name is Terrell Norton. You guys have a great fucking night.
Give it up to Terrell Norton.
Terrell, if it makes you feel any better, I inadvertently called a nice old lady at Reese's fat. Because we were talking about fruit, and she's like, I've been trying to, eat fruit for lunches most days, trying to lose weight. And as I'm walking out, I was in the same, it's so much fun to go grocery shopping high. But as I'm walking out, and I'm like, don't stop doing it, and just kept going. And as I'm walking out, I'm like, did I just call that lady fat? I have no room to talk. Ooh, okay. Zach, do you want to introduce our next
Yes, I do.
Oh my God.
Everybody, please welcome Hugo Willie!
I gotta watch myself today. It looked like a bunch of rich people in here tonight. I have an investment for you guys. Before I even start my show, I ain't even started yet. I have an investment. Are you interested in investment? That's the question. You? You say you are. See, I got one. Anybody else? Are you? I got two. It's a restaurant. I'm trying to tell you, it's gonna sell out. Anybody else? Nobody else? Okay. Well, here's the name of the restaurant. It's gonna be called Willie's Chicken, Waffles, and Weed. You think that'll work? Yeah. That's what I'm trying to tell you, it's gonna work. Hey, guess what? We're gonna be rich. Anybody want to invest? We're gonna be rich. Now, I had something to talk about, but I changed my mind. Because, simple fact, I came home today, and I'm a disabled veteran, and I came home, yeah, go ahead and give me my claps. It's hard to get. I came home today, and they denied me my Social Security disability. Now, keep in mind now, I don't know if you know about the military, but I'm 100% unemployable veteran. That means I can't do shit but talk shit. So did you hear what I'm saying? Yeah. So why in the fuck are you gonna deny me my benefits out of all the people? So tonight I'm gonna tell you why I have 100% unemployable disability. Okay, I'm just tell you tonight. You're the first people in the world that I'm talking to and telling because I'm pissed off. I had something else to say, but I'm fucking pissed off about what I'm gonna talk about, okay? All right? I have a case of what you call NPTSD. Do you know what that is? You know what that is? What is it? No, it is post-traumatic stress, but I have what you call Negro post-traumatic stress. I have it bad. Matter of fact, they tell me I have the worst case in America. I ain't bullshitting. I'm 100% unemployable. They tell me this is what they tell me. When you have this problem that I have, it makes you have a lot of excuses when you're black and you think everything's against you, okay? I work for the government. Don't just think I'm black and sitting up here and ain't did shit. I worked for the government for 14 years. And I had 14,000 excuses because of this disease that I have, okay? I ain't bullshitting. It's NPTSD, okay? One of my excuses, don't let it rain, sleet, or snow. They know I ain't coming in. I got a bad disease. I ain't coming in. Some of my VA workers is back there. They know I ain't lying. They know I ain't lying. Hey, I remember there was a saying back when I used to work at the VA, if snow on the ground, Willie won't be around. I'm telling you. Shit. Hey, don't let somebody in my family pass away. Shit. They might not see me for 2 months. I remember my cousin's wife, mama died. I didn't come to work for 3 months. I was grieving. I ain't bullshitting. Think I'm lying? I bet they think I'm lying, don't they? The worst excuse I had, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna give you the worst excuse, but I can't help it. Like I said, I have PTSD. I can't help this. So don't just think I'm just lazy. I have a problem. I'm unemployable. I might look like, only thing wrong with me probably I'm just a little darker than others. But I do have a problem, okay? All right? Now, the worst excuse that I hate to say it, but it's the truth, and I figured it out. The worst excuse I would give, and I would tell them, I say, hey, I would call in on a Monday and be like, my great-great-grandpa was beaten on this day back in 1891. I can't come to work today. I ain't lying. Hey, I kept doing it. After a while, I started missing up the dates. They be like, Willie, I said, you told us it was in March last year. I said, well, hell, he got beat on different dates. My entire family ain't going to work. You know? Hey guys, let me tell you, this virus must be real. I was at the barber shop today, and a hustler tried to sell me a mask for $50. You know that? $50. I told him I'd rather die. Now, when I was in the Navy, I traveled around, went through Hong Kong, Singapore, everywhere. I went everywhere. You know what I mean? But the best place to go, especially the best place if you were black, was Australia. Australia was the best place to go. So when you go to Australia, it'd be about, we in a carrier, and we pull up, and it'd be 30 women on the pier. And they just wasn't any type of women. They were white women waiting on dark black men. The darker you was, the better off you had it. And guess what? I'm dark, so I had it going on. Hey, I was so dark I had 2 white women. Hey, I was walking down to Australia. Check this out. I was walking to Australia. I had 2 white women like these. 20 years old. 2 white women. Okay? I was about to he was about to get it on, okay? 2 white women. All right? So, back in my prime, we go to the hotel, You got 2 white women. I'm black. We about to do some stuff here, okay? All right? But check this out. So back then, I didn't know about KY jelly. So I had some lubricant. I had some lotion. And apparently, white women and lotion don't mix. You know what I mean? Because I burnt them white women. I burnt them white vagina. They was jumping up and down. I ain't bullshitting. This is a true story. But check this out. I'm sitting there, after they calm down from their, lotion vagina, I guess KY, I didn't know nothing about KY jelly. I didn't know nothing about that. So apparently, after that, we slowed down and everything, and we got in the bed, and at that time I had a baby mama, whatever. And the only person I could think about when I was in the bed with these 2 white women, guess who it was? Hell no, it wasn't my baby mama. Guess who it was? It wasn't the baby. Guess who it was? The two women? No. Only person I could think about at the time when I was with them 2 white women was Martin Luther King. I ain't bullshitting. You know why?
Why?
Because this had to be the dream. This had to be the dream. You know what I mean? But now, I'm single. I was married 20 years and now I'm single. I'm raising kids on my own, you know. I'm doing what I gotta do here in America. You know what I'm saying? But when you're black and you're raising kids, you gotta make a choice. You gotta make a real choice when you're black and you're raising kids. Cause you're gonna make a choice of buying things. Because you're gonna buy some stuff when you're black and you're raising kids. You gotta make a serious choice. And you gotta make a choice of buying like food stamps or coochie.
What?
You gotta make a choice of buying food stamps or coochie when you're black and you're raising kids. You hear me? And let's just say sometimes the kids don't eat. Hey, I'm raising kids though. I'm gonna get out of here, guys. I think that's my time. I see y'all.
Here we go, Hugo Willie. Never mind.
No.
I forgot what I was gonna say. Train of thought went out the window on that one, everybody. How's everyone doing tonight? Yeah. My train of thought is fucked. All right.
Well, let's hope the train's on time, because, ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure that we welcome our next comic coming to the stage. Please give it up for my co-host, the illustrious Zach Amon.
Illustrious. He uses that term so loosely. So loosely. I'm a little jealous of the pizza party going on over here. I gotta say. Grubhub, hell yeah. Give it up for them. Grubhub, the saviors of everybody during this virus. Okay. I'm a big fan of TikTok. Anybody fancy TikTok? I love TikTok. Yeah, TikTok's dope. I see a lot of dance videos on TikTok, and I'm always just like, how do you get your friends to do this? I don't know how that works. Like, if my friend came up to me and was like, hey man, you want to learn this dance to do for like 15 seconds on the internet? I was like, I'll hold the fucking camera, bro. Thank you, he gets it, he's dancing. He knows what's up. Like, I get mad at my friends if they ask me to do anything. I'm like, how long have you known me? When have I ever eaten food, bro? Like, come on, fuck off. But I realized one of my favorite things on TikTok is the single moms dancing with the kid in the background. That's really fun for me. I admire these women, I really do. Because they're putting it out there, you know? They're going, hey, look, I'm fun, I'm sexy, look at me. You know, yeah, I have a kid and a crippling TikTok addiction. You know, and it's up to you to decide which red flag is worse. For me personally, I think it's the Confederate flag bandeau. I'm like, that's a little much for me, you know? That's just where I'm at in that whole situation. But every time I see these TikToks, I realize there's always a comment that's like, that's someone's daughter. I hate that fucking phrase. That's someone's daughter. It's like, yeah, no shit. It's like, tell me when it's not, because that's a real and potential threat that we have to deal with. You know? Of course it's someone's daughter. And that only applies to certain things for women. Stripping, you know, sex work, dancing on TikTok. That's when it applies. You know, you don't see a woman winning a Nobel Peace Prize and someone in the back being like, that's somebody's daughter. You know, you don't see that. And it only applies to dudes when we die, you know? That was somebody's son that died there, you know? Like Jeffrey Dahmer was somebody's son, who was also eating somebody's son. But it's like, at least he wasn't a stripper because that's somebody's daughter, you know? There's a world that we live in. But speaking of, you know, sex work, I was watching porn, and, we all watch porn, relax. Come on. But in the video I was watching, in the background was playing the 1998 Academy Awards ceremony, which was, took me really out of the video. Like, I don't know if you guys tried to, you know, like, it was from the beginning of it. They were like, please welcome to the 1998 Academy Awards, Billy Crystal, your host. And, like, I don't know if you guys tried to jack off while Mike Wazowski's making you laugh, but It's fucking hard, let me just say that. I eventually zoned out and just started listening to who was winning, you know. Congrats to Robin Williams, you know, rest in peace to him. You know, I finished when the Titanic won. That felt appropriate. That felt appropriate. But the weirdest thing about it was that when I went back, I looked at the timestamp of the video and it was like June 2019. Which means that these people like looked up on the internet, or my theory is recorded on a VHS the 1998 Academy Awards ceremony and put it on to set the mood. Those are people I want to party with. The internet's a crazy place. I've noticed there's not a lot of beheading videos on the internet anymore, you know? That was a big thing back when I was like in high school and shit. Every other week there was someone getting their head cut off, you know? I'm not saying I actively look for beheading videos, but if I'm gonna use Bing. Bing doesn't care. They're just happy you're there. I just like to picture some old guy sitting in front of a computer from like 98, dust everywhere, all of a sudden a blue light shines, and he's like, oh my god, a person. And meanwhile behind him all this dust starts to shake and people rise up and they're all like in tattered clothes and malnourished because they work at Bing, they're not making money. And they're just like, a person has asked us a question, let's see what it is. Beheading videos, that's a shame. But let's give him what he wants, because we're Bing! And that's, you know, Bing's a good time. I recommend using it every now and then. I've started being really honest about what I'm doing when people greet me at work. I have a lot of people that are always like, hey Zach, how you doing? And I'm like, bad. Doing really bad. I'm here. I'm at work where I don't want to be. You know, I just started being really honest about it, you know. I have a lot of people, ask me, like, it's worse than small talk. That they're coming up and they're like, what are you up to? How you doing? And I'm like, you know, like, a lot of people in my work are like, hey, what you up to a lot? That's every time they see me, they're like, what you up to? And I just started being honest. I'm like, I'm going to take a shit. That's what I'm doing. It's 3 o'clock. It's shitting time, you know? Everybody's got a shitting time. I got 2. 1 in the morning, 1 at 3 o'clock. Usually I'm at work, though, and I don't shit at work, because that's gross. I don't shit in public. I don't do that. I just go in and do a bunch of cocaine, because I work in finance. So that's what you do. Call me the Wolf of Memorial Street. The other day, my grandma visited me at work, and my grandma is Asian, and my whole life has always been really into finance. I don't know if that's a cultural thing or if it's just her, but like my entire life, it's been that way. Anytime I got a birthday card or a Christmas card with some money in it, there would always be a long novel about what I should do with my money and how I should invest my money. And just once, I wish it would have said, hey, Zach, happy birthday. Proud of you. That's all I wish. You know, I'm 12, I don't even know who Rock Ira is. Like, is that a band? What do I do? I've started doing the same thing to her, though, now. Every time it's her birthday or Christmas, I get her a card, and I write a big, long novel with a pamphlet of a nursing home, and I'm like, hey, start investing in your future, Grandma. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Give it up for Zach. I watch beheading videos. Amen.
On the red!
Zach Al Jazeera. Amen. That has a nice ring to it. Alliterations. Ooh, okay. Well, let's keep that energy flowing. Actually, let's build it up a little bit, guys. We got a little quiet here. No awkward silences. I like it. I like it. With that energy, bring up Ryan Green.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the last comedy show. This is the last time people will feel safe enough to gather, and you guys are at it. Here's where we're at right now. I got too high and my phone's dead, so I have no access to my comedy. So we're gonna do what I like to call fucking winging it. Woo! Alright, were there people from Nevada in here?
That guy right there. Sweater. Where's the sweater?
too, Shawn?
I lived there for a couple years after college.
That's horrifying.
It's really, yeah.
Have a fun Nevada story.
You've been to Nevada?
Yeah, the craziest woman I ever had sex with was from Nevada. One time her best friend pulled me aside when we were all hanging out and said, "You know what? I'm gonna fuck you." I know. You know what's weirder? It turned out she was right. She was way ahead of me on that one. By the time I was like, yeah, surely not. But then the magic of Nevada gets you. Then you're watching two sisters fight and you try to pull away, but they grab your door. That's it. Oh, man. I got good news. I'd like to get you guys into this with some good news. I no longer live with my parents. Thank you. Thank you. My dad died. You've been fooled. You thought it was good news, but it's actually very bad news. My dad recently died, and I had to give a eulogy for him, and there were 3 speakers at the eulogy. And I was like, okay, so what's the order? And they said, well, it'll be the pastor, and then a guy from his work, and then you. And I thought, okay, good, I'm the headliner, because my comedian instincts were kicking in. And I'm like, all right, how much time am I doing? The pastor, who's the MC, comes out. Turns out my dad was Presbyterian, and I had just never checked on that before. So I found out because we went to a Presbyterian church for his funeral. And is anyone in here Presbyterian? Because they weird, yo. The start of the funeral, the MC brought out a big jug of water that he poured into a bowl, and then he put it down, and he never said anything about it for the rest of the funeral. And I was like, I'm grieving, but also, what the fuck? Like, was God in the jar and you had to pour him out, or is God in the pot and you've got to water him? I don't know. Anyway, I give my eulogy. I don't want to brag or nothing, but I crushed it. Here's the tough part of being a comic is you cannot leave the stage to silence without feeling like you bombed so fucking bad. And no matter how much you crush a eulogy, no one is gonna clap. I was like, anyway, love my dad. I'm Ryan Green, that's my time. And then it was just somber, some sobs in the background, and I was just like, fuck! I must have done a really bad set. So glad Dad isn't here to see this. I'm doing a bad job of staying in the frame of the camera. I'm also doing a bad job of my set. So I like to keep those things together. After the funeral, I found out my mom is not religious because we got sent a shit ton of flowers, and one of them was a big paper mache cross with flowers woven all over it. And my mom, as soon as we got home, was like, hey, can you get that terrifying, creepy-ass cross out of the house right now? Because I feel like it's judging everything I do. I was like, okay, I'll try and find a way to put it in a bunch of trash bags so that it fits and get it. And by the time I've started looking, I turned back and my mom has karate kicked this fucking thing in half. Just annihilated this symbol of Christianity. She was like, Dad's gone, no more pretense. Your mom's a witch now, let's get crazy. I got a "you up" text the night my dad died, and it was the toughest 2 minutes of thinking I have ever had to do. How sad is too sad to fuck? Turns out, it was that sad. But don't worry, I'm back in the saddle, y'all. I'm not poly, but the women I've been fucking are, and that is weird to me. I think that might technically make me poly by accident. Oh boy. You guys got bummed out by all my dead dad jokes. Let me bring it back. My grandpa's dead. But don't worry, like I loved Dad, but Grandpa sucked. He was a shitty old dude. So keep that in mind as I tell you this story. Here's the reason I didn't like this guy. He took me onto the log ride. He tricked me onto the log ride when I was 6 years old. And I realize that sounds like my grandpa molested me, but it's worse. He took me to Bell's Amusement Park, which anyone who's like local remembers Bell's as the place where like your childhood friend died. Yeah. Yeah, it got on the Zingo and got off too early. That's right, this is some local ass comedy. I get your references. Anyway, I was afraid of heights, but I was also easy to lie to. So he was like trying to get me to go on roller coasters. I wouldn't do it. He said, go on the log ride. It doesn't even go up that high. And I was like, I believe you. You're old. So we get on the log ride, and it starts going up real slow, like clank, clank. And not slow to build tension, but slow because it was fucking Bell's Amusement Park. And every mechanical part of the ride was broken, so it was just like a pulley that a one-armed carny was having to like, look, you gotta pull and grab. That's the most physical I get with my set. Anyway, he tells me another lie as we're getting up there because I'm starting to get nervous. And he's like, oh, don't worry, just close your eyes and I'll tell you when you can open them again. And so he said, it's over, you can open your eyes. And then we went over the edge and I started screaming and I didn't stop until I turned 31. It's okay because that story has a happy ending because he did. Now at Dave's funeral, got to watch him go on a ride he didn't much want to go on. Slowly lowered him into the grave. And I leaned over and said, don't worry, Grandpa. I'll tell you when you can open your eyes again. It's fucking never. Wow. I feel I've taken you in a dark direction.
Very much.
We should end on a happy note. I recently saw a story that said the world's biggest bee was back. This is great news. But my high brain at the time made me think it was much better news. Because in that beautiful moment, I thought, like now, in this boring real world, I know they meant a large species of bee that we thought was extinct was back. But in that moment, I thought there was just one big fuck-off bee that nobody had seen for like 30 years. You click on the link and they're like, Earl's back! He's been saving his sting for 4 decades. He looks like one of those hornets in Donkey Kong that just floats up and down. That tag has never and will never work. But I keep doing it because of integrity. Guys, this is my closer. I'm gonna just stare at this table until we get a chuckle from you. Are these the 2 white women from Hugo's set? I'm so glad you stuck around. I pulled it back. Good night.
Ryan Green!
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got 2 more comics for you this evening. We are excited about them. Please, come on, guys. We got too quiet here. Remember, we feel like we're bombing when it gets quiet. Bring that energy up. He's ready. He's coming to the stage. All the percussions in the world, Mr. Niccolo Birkitt!
Fuck that virus. Alright, who's got a favorite fucking spot? I know this table's got one.
Favorite fucking spot, anyone? You guys know? No fucking spots?
VFW.
Yeah, VFW? It's about to be very moist in here. In the sets. What? Okay, alright, that's good. I got a few fucking spots.
Great
Good, yeah, a graveyard? I don't know, Keegan. I don't know, that's a little bit too much right now.
The laptop.
In front of the laptop? That's a single fucking spot, sir.
Hey, don't pick on my house.
I'm not picking on you, bro. You've been a good guy this time, alright? No one's got a good fucking spot? What about a voting booth? No? I feel the burn, first time anal. Want to get a little political here? Jesus Christ. Are you guys enjoying my mustache? Are you guys enjoying it? Yeah? No one likes the mustache. Okay. Hold on there, buddy. All right? These are my jokes, okay? Jesus. No, I had the full beard. I did have the full beard, but I got tired of looking like a Syrian refugee, you know? So I changed it to an Israeli porn star. I'm here to relieve that Palestinian conflict. Okay. All right. Oh, I just touched my fucking face. Just fucked up. Oh my god. This shit is getting serious, isn't it? It's canceling everything. You know what it isn't canceled? Strip clubs. It's not the first time I had a virus walking around. Okay. Oh my gosh. Yeah, my cousin got made fun of for wearing a bulletproof vest to school. Yeah, kids are mean, man. That was last year's fashion outbreak. Oh yeah. Pew pew. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Oh my god. I don't know. Do you guys want want goofy or do you want like fucked up? What do you guys want? What do you guys want?
Fucked up.
I don't know. You guys have heard some fucked up stuff and you guys held back pretty hard. All right.
Bring it, Birkitt.
Okay. You know, I'm gonna start off goofy. We'll just ease into it. I'm gonna do an impression for you guys, alright? Here's my impression of Jason Statham. Everyone know who Jason Statham is, right?
Yeah.
Jason Statham having sex, alright? Man, you're gonna need to sit down for this.
You.
Alright, ready? I'm doing something for you, alright? I'm trying to corral you over, alright? Jason Statham having sex. Alright, yeah. Alright, yeah. Yeah, transport complete. Alright. We got some 18 fans in there. Alright. I am happy to get out of the house, though. I am happy to get out of the house. I was getting a little bit of cabin fever. Okay, maybe that's not what I mean. Okay, alright. I'll stop with those. Alright. I was happy to get out of the house. I don't live in the best type of neighborhood, you know. When I very first moved into my house, I found child pornography in my basement. You know, that's disgusting. That's appalling. And that's a very frustrating situation. Finding that in my basement, especially because at the time, I had to find a new place to bury my girlfriend. I said fucked up. Oh my god. That's what I want to hear after every joke. That's right. Kill your girlfriend. That's right. I didn't say it. All right. Let's see. All right. Okay. You guys are getting there. All right. Well, I'll keep with the fucked up ones. No, we'll just, you know what, fuck it. We'll just go into it. I am from Oklahoma. I don't know, you guys didn't really, you're like, I don't know. You guys want to hear about like a demon anal? No, exactly, no. That's the exact response I was thinking. Oh, there's God-fearers in here. All right, no heathens? One at the bar? Of course they're at the bar. Where are my pot smokers? Any pot smokers here? No?
Never have, no.
No, never have? Well, that's the one time you've been like, no, sir. Everything else you've been on board. Kill your girlfriend. Fuck pedophilia. No smoking, man. What about, where's my cokeheads? Any cokeheads here? Woo! There's always like one person that's like,
Yeah, sure. Oh my gosh. But I am from Oklahoma, so I got family here. Thank you. Thanks. I do got family here, but I have to admit, they're not the perfect family. We have our fights, right? Like anytime my dad and my uncle see each other, there's always a big fight, always a huge argument. See, my dad, he's like a diehard Republican, and my uncle is like a fully registered sex offender. No, there's definitely debate at Thanksgiving. Who sits at the kids' table? Hey, but kill your girlfriend, right? This is a weird line I'm trying to like get. Is everyone having a good time tonight? Yeah, right. Where's the aggressive women at? Any aggressive? What? There you go, right? Yeah. Oh, I thought a man was holding his hand. It was like, right here, buddy. If you're an aggressive woman, that's fine. You should be, especially in the bedroom. More power to you, right? Right? Much better than a... Ooh, I hit a soft spot over there. No. Much better than a passive-aggressive woman in the bedroom. I had sex with a very passive-aggressive woman. No moaning. Just a bunch of yikes and, okay, buddy. Look, I truly believe, though, like, hey, a man should never have sex with his best friend.
Oh,
Right? No matter how much of a good boy they are. What? All right, Arsenio. That was for you guys. All right. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh man. No. Where the natural ladies at? Any natural women here? You're just giving me a like. What do you mean, sir? I am natural. I am a woman. I believe that. I support you. No natural women here. None. No hairy women. I go, any hairy women? He's like, oh. Hey, I like a good bush on a woman. I like a good, hey, if I'm about to go down on a woman and I see a bush, that lets me know that those lips are at a good pH balance. I'm getting older. My teeth can't handle the acidity. Wow.
Decay joke.
Wait, an oral decay joke. That's in the comedy album. Oral decay joke. You guys are being fun. Man. You know. I hooked up with a female bass player.
Nice.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's something to be proud of. No, like, hold on there. Okay. All right, let me just say, her fingers aren't the only thing calloused, all right? Oh, that was too fucked up? Have you heard what I fucking said this entire night? I was fingering her so hard. It sounded like the Seinfeld intro, like... Dude, but she had a boyfriend. She did. Yeah, and he played the saxophone and he came home. And he started chasing me around with it. I felt like I was like in a Benny Hill, like, I was like, holy shit. That was for me. That was for me, honestly. Oh, man. Oh. Gotta be careful having sex. This coronavirus and shit and everything like that, you know. Especially, be careful if you're having sex with a woman and she asks to give you a shocker and then pulls out a taser. I can't compete with that. That clit's supercharged. I'm not spitting on that. I'm not putting my dick in that shit. Pissing out lightning bolts. Okay. Man, have you ever put your toe into someone's butthole? Sir? I put my toe into someone's butthole. I did. Is that even sexual? I don't consider that a nightcap, but I put a cork in it, alright? Wait, what'd you say?
Cotra.
So you're just like, alright, come on, let's get out of here. Is that what it is? Oh my god. Holy shit. Oh man. I just want to let everyone know here that I identify as a tall person, okay? Don't call me short, that's derogatory, right? Because if a man can be a woman, and a woman can be a man, why can't I be 5'9"? Wow, very supportive. Wow, very supportive, you know. There's not a lot of positives being a short guy, I will say that. Couple. The amount of money I'm gonna save on the size of coffin I get. Alright, I thought I had you guys. Alright, you guys obviously want more goofy shit. Don't you? You guys want more goofy shit. Alright, we'll do some more goofy stuff here. Did the dog joke. That was fun for everybody. Alright, one more minute here. Look, I hope I haven't offended anyone. No. I hope I haven't pissed anybody off. Okay, good, because if we were going to get into an altercation over something I said, I just want to let y'all know, I have 2 moves if we get into a fight. One of my moves is, I'm going to bite your dick. Sorry, that's what it's come to. Okay? And right before we fight, I'm going to look at you. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to bite your dick. And I have to pull that move off just right. Or I got to bite a dick. Thank you very much, everyone. Give it up for your host. Give it up for yourself.
Niccolo Birkitt! I'm feeling good tonight. I busted the chain out.
Busted the chain out.
Busted the chain out, my NYPD hoodie. I'm dope.
Zach and I share one thing in common, that we both have a lot of Italian heritage. So every now and then we take pride when we see each other, and we're allowed to say it. We're doing super Dago shit. Like super awesome stuff. Okay, apparently not. That rubbed you all the wrong way. Just like Nicolo's vagina bits.
Randy rules. Yes.
Apparently Randy rules.
Rip it, brother! All right. Rip it! Nobody knows what that is but us, and that's okay, because that's comedy. Are you guys ready for our final comic for this evening? Yeah. Yes! Please give it up for my buddy. Came all the way from Missouri. Please put your hands together for Layton Flatt!
Thought we were grabbing crotch. I misunderstood. I did come all the way from Missouri. Awesome. This thing is upside down. All right, that's going to frustrate me the rest of the show. How you guys doing, man? That's good. Everyone ever been to Missouri before? Yeah. Awesome, man. You came to my house. That's right. I should have remembered that. I am happy to be here, man. This is my first. I travel a lot. This is my first show ever in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So heck yeah, man. I am pretty excited to be this close. I am a diehard Oklahoma State fan. So to be this, okay, that did not go well. Yeah. Thank you. I see the hat. All right. I did that joke. I did a show in Ardmore, and I got booed out of the arena. So. All right. I'm growing a mullet just for you. All right. It's good, man. I had this. The toilet paper thing is weird to anyone else out? Yeah. I mean, joke's on you, man. I haven't wiped in like 10 years. But, you know. You don't believe me? You guys, this poor table, man. I'm so sorry. Are you family of someone that came?
Yeah.
I knew it. Why'd you sit there then? They were already here. You know, you could have sat somewhere else. It's great, man. I am worried about getting sick, so I brought my own microphone. Did not know every other comedian was going to use it before I got to. So that was a mistake. This is fun, man. It is cool. I do a lot of dive bars. I've never seen a guy show up in a full three-piece suit to a dive bar before. Did you see that? That's new. And then I saw another one, and I was like, all right, I missed the dress code. Okay. Oh, man, it is good to be here, man. I'm looking to make some friends while I'm here, if anyone's interested in taking applications. I'm not good with friends, man. I just don't like people very much, I guess. Like, I just went to Philadelphia. Anyone ever been to Philly? Yeah. Awesome, man. I was so excited. It was a big deal for me because the Rocky movies were really influential in my life growing up, right? And so to get to go to the Rocky Steps and stand where Rocky stood was extremely important to me. And I shared this on Facebook, and I posted a photo about how influential the steps was. And my friend posted, your fat self did not climb those steps. One less friend. No, I did. Before I did this, I traveled with a rock band for a while, which was really, really fun. I got kicked out of that band. And so what I did is actually like a year after I got kicked out, my new band was opening for that band. So I played every one of their songs before they could get on stage. And they played, and I was like, boo! Play something new! Don't make a lot of friends. Probably the wiping thing, I think, is half of it. Just half. Not a big fan of that one-ply stuff. Still my finger went through. The toilet's like, you can handle it. The plumber and I are like this, because we meet every week now, so. No, it's great. I do get to travel. I really do. It's a blessing. I just did a show in Dallas, Texas a couple months ago, which was awesome. Other than being there, it was great. So my biggest thing when I travel is food. Of course, this place has like a crock pot, and that's it. But other than that, but I was in Dallas, and for real though, give it up. The waitresses, I travel a lot. This is one of the nicest waitresses I've ever had. So cheers to her. For real, man, I've had people, like, I've stood at a bar for 20 minutes, and then the guy came up to me, and I was like, hey, man, can I get a drink? He's like, yeah. I was like, can I get, like, a lime? He's like, I have no idea. I don't work here. Why are you behind the bar? Like, what? That happened. Anyway, I was in Dallas, and so I went to go food. I found this place. It was a bakery called Bread Zeppelin. I guess. A cheesy name, right? But I thought, do you think they workshopped some other names first? They were like, Rascal Flatbreads. No, that's not. Rolling Scones. No, that's not. The Grateful Bread. Nope. Radio Bread. Nope. Uncle Crackers and Soup. Nope. Wouldn't it have been cool if it was Motley Croutons? Personally, I would have named it Limp Bizkit. Could you imagine a restaurant named Limp Bizkit? Do you know who Limp Bizkit is? Yeah. Chainsaw! Okay, not going well. So anyway, like, it would have been really popular for like 5 years. You would have never heard from that restaurant again. Okay, all right. Either a lot of or a none of Limp Bizkit fans here. Goes both ways. One, okay, all right. Thank you very much. I appreciate your support for a band that no one cares about. I'm about to graduate. College graduates here, thank you so much. Not from Oklahoma State, because that school, I just there for the football. I don't need to learn how to grow a cow, so. I'm sorry, what? Looking to be a nurse. Or a nurse, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really into wiping other people if I'm not going to wipe myself. Just being honest. You wipe newborn asses. Is that your job or is that just your hobby? You're just like, do you mind if I hold your baby? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you? That's not. I have never cussed in a show. You just tricked me into that. That's what just happened. That's what just happened. I am so sorry. I like the dueling piano thing, like as if we're like, someday Elton John. Are you guys from here? That's awesome, man. I do really like it here, man. I traveled close. Now, I was in Miami recently, which I got tricked into coming there. The email said we'd like to bring you to Miami. So, I showed up and I was like, this is not even close. Yeah, and I told my wife, hey, bring a bathing suit. There might be like a creek somewhere. No joke, 2 weeks after my show, that place flooded. God was like, we're done. Okay, we're done with that. The Genesis God said, I will never flood the earth. Except for Miami. Okay. That was not in my set list, just for you. Yo, thank you. Did you graduate from this area?
OSU.
What's wrong with you? She said she graduated from OSU and OU. You're just like, you were Sweden in that? You're like, I play both sides. I don't. So you show up, you say hi to people, and then you punch them in the face. Because you gotta do both. You wear orange shirts to OU events. And you never made it out of the stadium. Yeah. Were you on the little carriage thing when it just exploded on the field last season? They're like, we should probably not do this anymore. No one checked on the people. They were like, damn it, the wheel fell off. Like, there's a girl like her arms like, yeah. Sorry, that's a tangent. I really don't like that school. What was that? Oh, so I'm in school. Right. I'm trying to learn things. And so I learned recently something cool. It's okay to say that your youth pastor had a powerful impact on your life, right? Not okay to say you had a special relationship with your youth pastor. Apparently that means something a little bit more Catholic. So I don't want to tie myself to that. So glad you're laughing, because I can't stop making eye contact with you. So, no, but I did. I learned sign language. I loved it. I love absolutely. That's a real thing. I hang out with the deaf community. They're fun. But like my favorite hobby since I learned sign language is to mess with mall Santa Clauses. Like I go, like, you know, it's just Christmas a couple months ago. I go and I see Santa. I'm like, and then Santa's just like. Smooth move, Santa. It is fun. I was at a doctor. My deaf buddy was in the doctor last week, and I went, and one of the nurses had me translate for him, which I'm pretty sure is highly illegal. Like, I don't think that's. And then he was like, ask him if he wants a bath. Not really. I think I'm good. So I translated. She leaves. The doctor comes in. The doctor says, how are you? And I'm like, oh, you're deaf. Then I hear the nurse, he's lying. Yeah, anyway, can I tell one last story and I'll be done. I promise. I do really get to travel a lot. I did a show recently and it was really fun. I like to talk to people after the show, so come talk to me before I head back to Missouri. And I met this guy, and he was like, "Hey man, where are you from?" I said, "I'm originally from Nebraska." He said, "Cool man, I'm from Florida." That's awesome. He goes, "I'm a truck driver. What do you do?" And I said, I'm a comedian." He goes, "Oh yeah." And then just in the middle of the conversation, he makes just dead silent. He goes, "I've had 6 pregnant fiancées all murdered by the Florida government." Then he did not say anything else. So it was my turn to talk again. The McRib is back. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much to all my guys that brought me out. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Keep it going for Layton Flatt, everybody. Give it up for all the comics you see tonight.
Give it up for yourselves. Thank you for coming out. You guys braved it.
You braved the Ronan to be out here. Give it up for Nikki behind the bar. Take care of her. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Get home safely. I have been Zach Amon.
My name is Shawn Singleton.
And you guys are the best. Thank you so much.
Have a good night, y'all.